We're here, people. We're here. And you know what that means is we're editing with a purpose. We were on IG and now we are back on YouTube. And then this is the part where people cue the intro. But I'm not there yet, so just let the music ride, right? Anyways, today we're editing the animation, and I just realized that my logo is right on my face. So depending on how you're watching this, the logo is on my face. If you're watching it full screen, the logo is on my face. I can't do it. I started already, but before I lose my way, so we're animating logos because again, you created those. You're in the middle of editing and you don't want to lose the feng shui. You just want to create your title and keep going, or you just want to learn how to create and animate your titles. Either ways, that's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing now, and I'm going to go through different scenarios on how to get that accomplished. And as always, if you have any questions, drop it in the comments or drop it in the chat. And without further ado, let's do further. Alright, so I just have this random clip here, and if the music seems like it's too loud, so let's turn that down just a bit for your buy, huh? Alright, so I have this random clip right now. It means nothing because what is this about? This is about editing animation. So let's start simple, or let's start, flaring it up. So I'm just gonna drop an animation text here, and let's call this example 1, right? And let's switch it up. I don't know, make it look somewhat decent. As I pick another font that doesn't work. Let's see here. Alright, let's go with that. Example 1. I'm gonna change this. Let's do a color, pick a color from the scene. This red down here. Just make it a little darker. No. Okay, there we go. Alright, so let's say we want this example 1, and I kind of want it to fade in, fade out. And before I jump into any of this, there are title sequence here on the side that you can use. A lot of them are great. And I'll show you a cool way to work with those as well. But first, let's start with this. So what you can do for your animation title sequence, let's say I kind of want it to fade, slowly come in. Well, here's what I can do. Let me increase the font size, right? I kind of want it to fade in from the top and then just fade in from the top and reveal itself. So the first thing you want to do is right click and then create a new compound clip, right? So we're going to call this example 1 text. So we're calling that example 1 text. Now it's a video. We've turned it from a text to a video. So what we need to do is go to the color page. And now on the color page, this is what we created. We created a video, a black background with red text, right? So now, remember, if you watched the previous video, make sure you check my channel for other videos on how to use green screen and masking. Because once you master those things, the world is kind of your oysters to be as creative as you want. But again, without further ado, let's do further, huh? Alright, so right click, add alpha output, get this, the blue side. I don't know the official name for this, obviously. Alright. And no, we're not gonna have that music. Alright, there we go. Okay, so now we drag this, and basically what this is doing is telling it, hey, this is the important part of the video. This is what we want to see, right? So now we're going to create a mask around this. And when they say a mask, it's like you're creating a cutout. Simple enough. So you're going to create a cutout. Can we switch the mood here? You know what I'm saying? This is not doing it for me. All right. And that's all right. We're not here for the music, but this is what happens when you go live. All right, so let's see here. Where was I? Oh, we're gonna create a mask, and basically, what a mask is you're creating a cutout, and what I'm gonna do is cut out the section that I do want. So let's go over to your Windows page. And once you go over to your Windows page, we're going to use the curve. So you can use the one that comes with it, or you can add additional ones. So we're going to use the one that comes with it. Let's just say the whole thing. And usually you can add as many as you want. So which, you can get creative if you want one side to appear and then the other side appears. It's your oyster once you understand the basic concept. So now I'm going to create that outline of what I want to show, right? And so that's what I've created. That's how I want it, but let's make it so it's coming in even, huh? And then usually I add some softness so it's not just like cutting. It's not just cutting in through. You can cut it through, but I think the softness looks better. So I'm adding that softness like that. And hey, my computer deciding it wants to save. So now what we need to do is we need to go to the animation page or the keyframing window. So you don't need 3D, and it helps with, of course, it helps with tracking, and it reduces the amount of power that your computer needs to use to process that. So let's continue. So now we're gonna say, at what point do we want the video to? Do we want the text to reveal itself? Well, I want the text to reveal itself. Let's just say 1.5 seconds in, or 1 and 22 seconds in. I want the text to reveal itself. So now we're gonna come here and we're gonna add a keyframe, which is this little white dot here. Now we've added that keyframe. We're going to go to the beginning because we don't want the text to show. And so we're going to drag this up, right? And the distance, how far it is to where it is, to let the computer tries to animate and try to meet. The computer's going to try to guess how long it's going to take to get from here to here. You can animate the curve of how fast you want to, but again, that's another session. So let's just say from here to here, I wanted to start here, and then when it gets to 1 point something seconds, then I want it to move, and it's not moving. And I don't know why it does this sometimes, and it only does it. And a very key point here. So there's a difference between clip and between frame. If you do a clip, basically it's saying move this here now, like just move it. This is where I wanted to put it. But then if you do frame is like at this point, I want it to be here. I want at this point. So since we did that backwards, I'm gonna undo that. So now we have this keyframe here. And then when I go back, because we're on frame, when I go back and I take this up, so I can manually take this up with my hand, or I can go back to the Windows page and tilt it up. And I'm gonna tilt it up for a smooth transition. And so now when I hit play, we get this. So it's gonna reveal our text like that. Simple enough. All right, so what's the caveat here? When you do that, you have literally a black screen on your thing. Like, oh no, that's not what I wanted. Unless that is what you want. You want a black background, then you're already there. Good luck. But for those of us who just want just the text, and I don't think you can see that, so I'm gonna raise this up. I'm gonna grab a brighter footage. So I was just shooting this 1016 skin product, and are they all dark? All right, Let's see if we can find brighter one. There we go. All right. So let's take this one. All right, my OBS went down, which is weird. That was weird, man. Hey. All right, so let's take a brighter one. So now, like I said, now what we have is black text that's revealing our title. If that's what you want, that's cool. But for me, that's not what I want. The whole point of this is to animate. It's custom animation. How I see it is how I want it. So let's do that there. All right, so we go back to our color page. Go over to the qualifier, tab. And so what we want to do now is, well, we know we're removing the black, right? So we're gonna take all the shadows, everything black, everything in the shadows, and boom, it's gone. So just like that. Now, what do we have? Let's go back, and this is what we have. It reveals itself. Simple enough, right? It almost good. Hey, simple. All right, so Jesse. Okay, that's simple. Let's get creative. I need a lower third. How can we do lower thirds? It's kind of similar idea. Like I said, it's about understanding the concept. The concept of, hey, this I needed to mask, I need to get this, and this is what I need. So I'm gonna delete this. We don't need it anymore. Actually, let's slide it over, just in case we want to preview what we did today, right? Alright, so let's say we want to do a lower third. What I can do is, and I thought of something else I didn't think about showing you, so I might do that at the end as well. If you go up to the effects library, you can go to your generator. And in your generator, you have solid colors. So we're going to take that solid color and put it down here. I'm just going to trim it down to this. And let's see here. So trim it down to that. Let's turn it white. Make it white. And then let's go ahead and crop the top. Let's say here. And then crop the bottom. I think we cropped the top a little bit too long. So if we want the lower thirds, you know how lower thirds animate and they reveal itself and goes back in, that's cool too. We can do that. So as always, this is just a solid thing. This is just a whatever you want to call it. We need to turn it into a video so that way we have access. We are able to let the computer know that, hey, this is what I need you to focus on. Basically creating a alpha. And again, I talk about this in my learn how to edit blue screen videos. So shit, yeah. Alright, let's create a new compound. We're gonna call this white title 2. I don't know, because we did example 1. So now what do we have when we go into our color page? We have black and white. Simple enough, right? So, I mean, we could go through it and just do that. So we have this magic marker here that shows you what the computer sees. And it shows you, it only sees black and white. So if I add my alpha output and I drag this here, it's gonna say, well, all I see a full video and black and white, so I'm putting that on top. So now we need to tell it, oh, we just need the white section. And for that, like I said, we could go to the qualifier page and literally do the same thing we did before, right? Till the black is gone. And there we go. we have our lower bottom thirds, but we're not done because we needed to animate and come back. So, and I want to show you a different way. Why not, right? So, and I'm just we're on the qualifier page, so just click on the white. It's simple enough. It's black and white, so give me the white. Give me the loot. Hey! Alright, so we have that going on. So now what we want to do is create a section for the lower third. And I want my lower third to, and again, you can do this and then have your square you know, and then you set your square where you want it to set. But again, that's how you can try to get perfect squares. But for me, and then you can reduce, ooh, wrong way. You can reduce that and do that as well. But however, I don't want that. I want to do it myself. Like I said, everything here is custom made, custom chosen. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Don't click out, I promise. I promise that it's just, it will happen again, but I don't know what I'm promising you. Alright, so what I'm going to be here is, I'm just going to do that and click here. Click here. It's not even, but it's cool. So I'm just going to extend it out a little bit more. And then, how big do we want the 3D text? So I'm just going to give myself enough room here, and then where's this one need to go? Here, then connect that one there. So technically we've cut out what we need, and again, simple enough. You go to your animation tab, but first let's say at this one, instead of 120, let's just say at 1 I want it to show up. So let's go ahead and pan. Good Lord. So let's go ahead and pan it. I want it to come to this part here. I want it to be a lower third here. And at 1 second. So we're going to go to our animation. Make sure you change it from clip to frame. And boom, select that. Set your keyframe here. Let's go back to the beginning. And this time at the beginning, I want it, and like I said, I go to the Windows page so I can have precise. Animation. So I'm gonna pan it out of the screen. So just like that, we're done. Okay. So now we do that, and we get our lower third. And let's say I wanted to go back in right there. So usually how you do that is just go back a few frames, which I'm going to use the arrow key to go back a few frames. Then I'm going to set my and this depends how fast you want it to go. The tighter the keyframes, the faster it's going to leave. The shorter the keyframes, the closer the keyframes, the faster it's going to move. The further the keyframes, the slower it's gonna move. So, and I keep hitting my speed editor, that's why it's jumping. So let's say here, it's showing my title, so we're gonna hit that keyframe, and then let's go a little bit further, and I want it to leave right there. So let's go back here, and pan it back out. So now, what have we done? We are here, we play that, it comes out, it shows your title, and then goes away. So, okay, yeah, that's cool, Jesse. What about the text? And if I have a animation, text animation, how to animate your green screen video, and it goes through everything here, and it shows you how to animate that. But I'm here to show you there's more than one way to skin a cat. That didn't sound right. All right, whatever, man. Okay, so let's undo this. Let's undo those animation, right? So you can Control Z to undo, or you can just come here and delete your keyframes. So let's delete this keyframe. Well, let's just track data. Delete that keyframe, and then the rest are the same. I'm just gonna delete all the keyframes. Why not? I'm sick of it. Sick of y'all keyframes, man. Alright, but no, let's remove that. Let's go back to our window, and if you double click on a title in Davinci, it resets whatever you're double clicking. Alright, so let's go back here. This time I want to add a text to it. So how do we accomplish that? Well, we go back to our effects library. If you're on Davinci 17.4, it's just your effects. You select your title, add your title on top. And what are we gonna call this? So let's just say, ooh. Let's call it example 2, example dos. And the rest, I don't know. Let's land on something cool. Big money, big money. All right, and that's what we land on. So I'm gonna change the color to that. Ew. To that, and then just bring it down a little bit so it's darker. And then let's move it to the white section. So we moved it here. And boom. So we want this, so let's extend it out. And I want it to show like that. And pretty much this similar concept. I could animate the text by itself, but again, that's in my other video. So at this point, I'm just gonna left click, drag, and select both of them. So now we're gonna right click and create a new compound clip with the solid white and a new compound clip with just the text. And so let's say text and white title. Right? Okay, so again, and then we just go through the same process because what does the computer see? Black and white. So we need to create an alpha here. And similar thing, we can just go in and right click and drag on everything inside, right? That's what we want. Simple enough. This time, and then we animate it. Simple enough, right? Alright, so we go here, and so now we have our text and we animate it from here. So let's say at, I don't know, 1 second we want it to be here. And then we just set the animation points. And then from the start, we want it to be out of the screen. And then after 1 second, I need it to start going away. And then at 3 seconds, it's gone. So we're just gonna slide that back out. Or we could have slid it the other way. Alright, so here we go. And that's it. Alright. So the cool thing I wanted to show you guys was using what's already there, because at the end of the day, I mean, this is as quick as it gets to create, and it's only whatever it's in your mind. You could create, oh my god, everything. So it's what's in your mind. But if you're on a time crunch and you want to create something you want to look at, the cool thing you can do is just combine two of them. It sounds so simple, but most people don't think about that. It's like, well, I need this to animate here. So we're going to say, okay, hey, this is going to come out simple text. And let's call it text low, whatever. And then, but I want a glitchy, digital glitch effect going on after it's coming out. Like, oh, something's wrong on the top. So let's reduce that. And you can just combine your text. Right? Let's say text big. Alright, and this is not practical. How you can do this practically is kind of add the same thing in a sense. So we know if this one is coming out like that, I need something that's going to fill the top. So let's just say I want this to pop out on top of the text low, so we're gonna move it there. Let's delete what's in the lower part because I don't want that. And then we're gonna slide this over, slide it down because it comes right down there. I wonder if you can change the black solid. Yep, you can. And let's change it to white to kind of mimic this one. And yeah, so I'm gonna bring it down really. So it looks like it came from this. And then let's boom, do that. So now what we get is that, and you could create kind of cool things. And I've never used that combo before, but that seems like something I would do. And then there you go. So there you go, people. That should get you dabbled in in what you want to do in animating your custom logos and creating things. And yeah, so there's a cool thing you can do as well using alpha. Let me look at my time, make sure I'm not just being abrupt with my with this. So we're at 26 minutes in. We're doing good. Okay, so a cool thing you can do is use an alpha from something else. So let's see here. I think we've done one. Or we have done one, huh? Who's we, Jesse? You know, I don't know. Alright, let's just do this then. Let's go from here. So I'm gonna mute this. I'm gonna slide this over. So a cool thing you can do is use the alpha to create a transition, and that's why I stress understanding what an alpha is, because once you understand what an alpha is, you can mimic it to be almost anything. So I use the alpha to kind of transition this into a new video, and then I matched the shot, but that's neither here nor there. But anyways, I think we did a good job. We hit a lot of topics in 26 minutes. If you enjoyed the lives, let me know in the comment section. Do not, I hope you're listening, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, because when you subscribe, it makes me feel good now. No, but seriously, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys think, what you guys want to see. I'm focused more on masking and rotoring, because I feel like those are the simple things that people can use to get into VFX. And once you're able to do that, you can create so much once you understand masking. And yeah, I've dragged this outro long enough. So without further ado, let's do further. See you next Wednesday. Remember, every Wednesday we're streaming live. If you would like to know more or you need help, contact me via DM or on Instagram. And share you.